Welcome to Chem 326 class and lab. The class and the lab are going to be both together, and everything you need is here in the Canvas page. Okay? I'm going to give you a little tour of the Canvas page, and we're going to talk about how you're going to earn the points to show me that you are learning, and how we're going to communicate during the class. Okay? We've had a couple of opportunities to go through this kind of distant learning, and I feel like what we're learning from the distance learning itself is that the material needs to be in front of you so you can take advantage of it any way you want to. The majority of students didn't seem to want to be involved in a class that was occurring live, and the technicalities associated with that, there were some pluses and minuses, and it turned out that most people were watching the class recorded afterwards. And although it was nice to have somebody around to ask questions and answer things for us, the pauses were sometimes slowed down the process significantly. So we're going to try this way here. So essentially, this is the course. We have the course syllabus here that you can click on and read through, and we'll refer to that a little bit as we go through this video. The text is an online text, so you can click on the online text and have it out as we go through it, as we talk about it. I'll also have it in front of us, and we'll be talking about it. We don't go through absolutely everything in the text, and we don't go in the depth that the text goes into. Specifically, we don't talk about so much of the equations. There's a lot of material to learn and a lot of experiments that I kind of want you to have experience with. So we don't spend all of our time in the depth that the book goes into, but we do glean the concepts that I'm interested in having you learn. Okay, so that's our text that we need to have. This is a link to the first chapter in the text, and so what I would do is, if I were you, is I would click on this link in the first chapter and to the table of contents of the first chapter here, right? And then begin kind of reading through this information here. And as well, you can click on the videos here. This is the video. Whoops,
All
let's
right.
click on this video inside this for now. This is a video here of me essentially talking about the highlights, the things that I think are interesting
and
important
in this class,
in the
this
text.
semester,
Okay?
we're going to be using this online
You can
textbook.
follow along with me as I kind of go through the important concepts, or the things that I think are important in the text. And then, as you work your way down, you'll come to assignments, and these assignments are positioned accordingly. So, you wouldn't want to try to do assignment 3 here without having done or gone through these lectures and done assignments 1 and 2, right? But these are, again, the assignments that you're going to get points from, all right? So some are reading assignments, and you write a little bit of a blurb telling me what you learned. Many of them are making videos of yourself explaining or showing me how you do something. And there are points along here where I have you download certain softwares. So if you have trouble, you'll want to contact me right away and just say, I'm having trouble with this, and hopefully we can clarify what's going on. Be specific in your question, because if you just say, I'm having trouble with assignment 4, that might not be enough to get the information going back and forth fast enough, right? So I don't have the course completely done yet, and so I'm going to fill in these weeks. I kind of want to see how our flow is going, but and see what we have time for. This is a lot of material here, but and I'm not sure. We'll see. We might not be able to. I mean, this might be more than we can really fit in with the semester. It's really hard to tell with the online situation. We've never done this before, this kind of course online. So I do have what I'm calling suggested dates that I'm thinking, this is at the beginning of your class, your first week in, you should have, watched these 2 videos and done these 3 assignments. The second week, watch these 3 videos and done, maybe if you don't need to watch this one, so watch 2 videos, done 3 more assignments. So these yellow slots here, these little yellow sections are indicating suggested time points for yourself, okay? Yeah, that's the way things are going to go. The assignments, again, watching videos, creating videos, doing problems. All of this is open book. All of it's open notes. All of it's open neighbor. So if you can convince somebody to help you learn how to do it, and you guys can work on it together, that's great. All right. The major thing that I learned the last 2 semesters of trying to teach distantly is that there's not a real good way for me to know whether or not you're learning or not. Aside from us talking about things and me doing an oral exam, I can't tell that you're learning. You could be cheating or doing whatever you want to do. So you're going to have to really ask yourself, am I learning? And we might go for a couple weeks and I might say, I can't tell if we're learning or not. I'm going to have to, I've tried to make activities in such a way that I'll be able to tell whether you're learning. But if I can't tell, we might have to just have weekly interviews for 5 minutes each person. That's what I'm doing in my other courses. I kind of felt like you guys were maybe past that you guys could govern your own learning, and I think that's something you should be interested in, trying to make sure that you're learning always. You want to become a lifelong learner because that's what college is about. That's what university experience is. Liking the process of learning to like it, learning how to learn. Whatever it is that you're going to have to be prepared for. If I knew exactly what it was, I could prepare for you, but I don't know what it is. And so what we do is we help people learn how to learn so that when the time comes, then they'll be prepared. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Things are going to kind of propagate along like this. Communicate with me frequently. Email me if you don't know what's going on. If you have questions about stuff, let me know. Yeah. And some of it will be review for some of you. Some of it will be new stuff. And again, I hope we learn, and I hope that things go well. That's it. All right. Good luck. Hope to hear from you. Okay.